Hey guys, Derek Hurley here, and today I'm here to talk to you about the 5 biggest nutritional pitfalls that you're facing on a daily basis that are holding you back from reaching your goals. So these 5 things, and a lot of times I think people think that there's some crazy breakthrough I'm about to tell you, or some crazy new tip or trick or strategy that they've been missing, and that's going to be the one golden ticket to reach their goals. And when we go through these 5 things, I hope that you're going to find that it's basics and it's stuff that you can do here in the next couple minutes of your day that'll help arm you for the next weeks, months, years, and for the rest of your life to help be successful at maintaining your weight, having a good fitness level, and just doing the right things with your nutrition plan. Because after all, we are what we fuel our body. So if we're putting the right things in, you're going to get the right outcome back out. So the first thing I want to talk about is just planning ahead. And that sounds so simple. It's like, oh, we know to plan. The whole saying, failing to plan is planning to fail. Well, what you got to plan every single week is this. You want to plan your lunches and dinners. And even if you just write down the basics of just something just generalized, but just so you have an idea of what you're eating. From there, you need to make a grocery shopping list, but you can't do it with just that information. So to me, I like to take it based on my protein. So if you figure that, you say myself, I'm going to do 6 ounces of protein at lunch and dinner for the entire week. And my wife is going to do 4 ounces for lunch and dinner throughout the entire week. Well, I know that's going to put us at 10 ounces twice a day. So we need 20 ounces a day times 7 days. So we need 148 ounces of meat or of protein. So when you go to the grocery store, as you're putting stuff in your cart, make sure that totals up to that 140 ounces. Again, keep in mind if you have kids that they're going to have an ounce or two per meal and whatever it is, but if you don't have the food in your house to prepare, you're not going to prepare it. So you got to make sure you have that stuff. So it really comes down to just planning, just simply just a little bit ahead and making sure that you buy enough of what you need each week. The second one is you need to plan your meals, kind of like what I just said, around your protein. So it's easy in this quick convenience world that we live in to find carbs. There's minute rice, there's sweet potatoes you can heat up in the microwave in 5 minutes or less. There's all sorts of different things for carbs, but it's your protein that you really have to plan ahead. If you don't plan your protein ahead, that's what's missing in your program. It's easy to find the carbs. It's not so easy to find the clean protein sources. So, there's quick heat up chicken, there's this and that, whatever, but that's not the same. You don't want those extra preservatives and things like that in your meat. So you really want to plan your meals and plan everything you do around your protein, and then you can always fill in afterwards with the carbs. But your metabolism is focused on your protein intake. So you really got to make sure that you're fueling the fire, make sure your muscles and everything are being supported the way they need to. The next thing is, if you're going out to eat, it's generally not a quick surprise, unless, again, you didn't follow step one and you didn't plan ahead. But when you're going out to eat, you generally know it with at least 15 minutes, an hour, a couple days in advance. So with this modern age of technology, all these restaurants have their menus posted online now. Most of them have nutrition facts on them, but really more than anything, it's just look ahead. Know what you're going to eat when you get there. I know for me, for instance, like I'll get to a restaurant and I'm talking and this and that, and the waitress comes up and it's last second, I'm getting ready to order my food. And so, it happens to the best of us, and we don't necessarily take time to look at the whole menu. We go with what we know we're going to like and we order something, whether it's beneficial to our success or not. So what I'm telling you is this, like cheat days are one thing, but more than anything on your day-to-day plan, if you're going to a restaurant, look ahead. It takes a few minutes just to look at the menu and pick out an item so that before you sit down, you know what you're going to do. I talked about cheat days, so that's the next part. A cheat day isn't just a free-for-all, guys. Like, you need to have them. They're an important part of your success because unlike quitting smoking or quitting drinking or drugs or anything else, you don't have to stop eating bad food the rest of your life. You just have to eat more good food than bad food and make more good choices than bad choices on a daily basis. So when it comes to your cheat day, plan ahead what the days are going to be and plan ahead what those item or two that you're going to consume that are going to be like your treat or whatever it is for that week. But I see a lot of times it's like it'll come to a cheat day and say it's on Saturday, and anything that comes their way, they're like, yeah, I can eat this because it's my cheat day. And I'll look at some of these people's diet logs of my clients that send me their meals, and I'm like, why do you eat that? It was my cheat day. Why do you eat that? It was my cheat day. Well, it's not a free pass. So it's just something you want to plan and have a little strategy going into your cheat days. So again, you don't make that impulse decision just like you would have done at the restaurant in the previous tip. So that's a big step. Like, you know what your cheat days are, know what your cheat meals are. Look forward to them on the weekend and hope that'll keep you on track too throughout the week. The very last one is knowing your snacks, knowing your go-to items when you're in a pickle or when you need to have like something in between like your breakfast and lunch and your lunch and dinner. So you want to know your go-to snacks when you're at home, you want to know your go-to snacks when you're at work, and you want to know your go-to snacks when you're on the road. So those three things, you plan ahead for those, and whenever, say, shit hits the fan, you're ready, you have your food, you're not going to make that impulse buy, you're not going to pull over to McDonald's and make a bad choice, you know ahead of time what it's actually going to be. So take the time, you got 5 steps now. You want to plan ahead your lunches and dinner for the week, just figure out how much total meat that you need to make sure that you buy for the week. The next one is you want to plan your meals around your protein source. When you're putting that plan together, make sure you plan your protein at each single meal. Look up your restaurants in advance, find out what foods they have, what meals they offer, and what's going to fit into your plan. Plan your cheat days ahead and plan the individual meals and items that you're going to have ahead. And very last one, know your go-to snacks. Know what you're going to have at home, know what you're going to have at work, and know what you're going to have on the road. Guys, I'm confident if you follow these 5 things and just put a little bit more preparation into your day, you're going to get a whole lot better results out of it. Massive action, work hard toward this. Your lack of success is only your lack of action. The more action you put towards this, the more success you're going to have.